Hello everyone, my name is Relax and Panic and this is another reaction to the Monogatari series. It is the last episode of Owarimonogatari, and as always, if you want to see the reaction itself, go down into my descriptions, follow the links, replace the circumflex dot paths with real dots, and enjoy. Once you've done, feel free to come back here and hear my thoughts. So, see you soon. For those that came back, welcome back. Now, as I already mentioned, a really good episode. I had a theory about Oshino Ougi before it, which, as it seems, is not completely right, but not so much of a surprise here. Now I have a new theory. To be more clear, I have like two. One of them is maybe she's the new sword. Why not? I mean, like a living being. And the other one, strangely enough, what if she is some kind of a subconsciousness of Aragi? Just might be possible, like, I don't know, just a theory, because she works a lot with him. And the question is why? Why is he so important to her? There has to be a connection somewhere. So, I'm pretty sure she is born somewhere around the end of this episode, maybe a little bit after. And we have just some things happening here. We have the tiger disappearing, we have the first one, the original servant, disappearing, and I will have to check the name again. We have Kissshot agreeing that she made a mistake, which is something, you know. You don't hear that every day. Well, as I said, there are many options what happened here. Let me check for the name again. Where is it? There. Taishiru Shishirui. Okay. Oh well, that doesn't help me at all. But maybe it does for you. I will write him down. Taishiro Rui. So, the fact that Oshino Ougi mentioned that name. Well, a lot of the of her name is in that name as well, but I guess if so, then it is once again a game on words, which will possibly not work through the translation. So sorry. We will see. As I said, oh nice, I got the same one. It will be an important name, otherwise she wouldn't have mentioned it, I think. Although it is important to know the name of the competitor you had for the feelings of a girl in this case. So, let's go through the episode itself. I wrote down quite a lot this time. I really liked the start of this episode. The fact that we had Aragi and Senjugahara talking again. The connection those two have, you could feel through the dialogue and through their voices. That was really well done. So the voice work, which is always good. I mean, you know it. But I could feel the emotions, the closeness of the two characters there, the trust in each other. That was really good, and I kind of needed that. For me, because people from time to time ask, what is your favorite, I don't know, like, intro song, your favorite character, and so on. My favorite episode, still to this day, is the one episode where they lay on that blanket and watch the stars and she confessed to him, you know? That still is my favorite episode. Maybe because I like cheesy stuff, might be. However, it was good to see them kind of back together, the fact that he calls her, and he can rely on her, that's a good one. There was a lot in this talk itself, in the meaning of the fact that she tries to improve herself. If there's someone better coming along, And he really is better, and there is more love or whatever. The fact that she says she will switch 100%, so she's not like doing a bit here and a bit there. It's a harsh thing to hear if you're the one being switched from away. But in a strange way, it makes sense. We're talking about emotions here and stuff, so having someone like still feeding your small parts of emotions causes you to try and struggle, although the other one already decided for him or herself. So making a clean cut in many cases is the better option, so I see her point here. However, she says the fact that there is no absolute, no perfect forever thing that makes you struggle is a nice concept, is a clever concept. So, I mean, those of you who have been in a relationship know that the moment you stop working on the relationship, the moment you stop worrying about the other or what the other one thinks about something, you stop trying to improve, it's very likely the moment that this relationship is going downwards. So, a good one, what she mentions here, I really like it. Additionally, the fact that she feels the burdens of Kambaru's feelings. So, yes, I see that. If you have someone having feelings for you, and you're not, I mean, yeah, you're not completely the same. You know, you don't have the same amount of feeling. I'm pretty sure Senjugahara likes Kambaru. There might be even a little bit more. But the strength of this passionate love that Kambaru has for her is nothing that Senjugahara has the other way around, I think. So it is a burden, especially if you are whatever kind of a good person. I guess you normally think about the fact that you don't give enough back. And that this person, in this case Kambaru, would be maybe happier with someone else who has the same amount of feelings for her. But, and that's the thing, until this person appears, you are the closest thing she has, you know? So, she sees the burden, she accepts it, and she tries to hold it up on her shoulders. So, yeah. Senjugahara once again being a trooper here. Being a really good pal and girlfriend. And, yeah, it was nice. The be a special for someone. As I said, the whole conversation, Araragi Senjugahara, just top. You know, I liked it. Then we have the appearance of the samurai, again in this armored form. And I really like the fact that this, the black smoke coming out of his armor looks a bit like dark wings behind him. So, nicely done. I mean, on the one hand, it's like a dark angel or a demon-like version. On the other hand, vampires tend to be like bats in some stories, so dark wings are there as well. And it gives this special feeling of a looming darkness there. I was a bit surprised that Gaen was allowed to select the kind of battle, and it played very much in her favor. I mean, she clearly tried to play her own game here. And she did it for a very long amount of time. I like the fact that we see that Araragi is a clever one still. We had this discussion in the past that he has grown so much. So he selects Kambaru to talk to about how to sprint and everything. I was a bit surprised that she has the same shoe size. It's very unlikely. Boy and girl, you know. In general, female tend to have smaller feet. So she has possibly big feet, or Araragi has very small feet. But well, then she's on the one hand a sprinter, and on the other hand she had the monkey paw. Monkey feet would have been fitting here. Whatever. And then once Kambaru left, we have seen Gaen putting on pressure. That was interesting to me. So, I still question her motives. What are her reasons? She clearly tried At the first time when she put on pressure about that Hanekawa is in trouble, Senjugahara might be in trouble as well, I thought like that she wanted to push him for the battle. Like he has to finish the battle fast now and clear now so that he can go and help his friends. That was my first idea. But then she turned it around. Like, you cannot do both. If you stay here, they are in trouble. If you leave, well, then you leave Shinobu. Something like that. So she really tried to put a split in there in his emotions in many ways, and in his relationship with Shinobu. And it felt very much like she wanted him to leave. Which brought the question to me if somehow maybe she had her finger in the whole tiger appearance. It might be. Just might. And it questions her deeper reasons for like everything. I kind of understood in the moment that Araki did send Kambaru out, his idea, his concept of it, his the thing that he said later to Gaen, he trusts in his friends. And that is something that has developed throughout all of this this series in general. Those girls are strong. They are capable. They are able to handle themselves. We have seen that in the past. Many of them have rescued Aragi and not just the other way around. So it is a good decision, and trusting your friends is something you have to do from time to time. You know, you cannot burden everything on your shoulders. Trust them that they will be able to make the right decisions and deal with problems themselves. Otherwise, you do not accept and respect them as the beings they are. So, right decision, nice decision, I liked it. I guess, Gain possibly should have seen that one coming. Additionally, the fact that this preparation time was just 30 minutes, and this happened somewhere in, so I guess after 15 minutes or 20, it just by the time makes no sense to leave now, because the whole problem with burning down stuff due to the tiger, the school burning down and everything, Graham School, is going on since multiple hours at least, and he knows that. So him having to leave now, 10 minutes before the battle, just makes no sense. Just by logic, in my opinion. So he's like, I can finish the battle now and then go solve this. In the idea that he will be able to survive the battle. Otherwise, well. And he did not want to betray Shinobu. He did not want to let one of his friends feel left behind, because that is something he would have possibly done. I nearly missed, but only nearly, that Gaen then changed the prepared sword against the real one. So I'm pretty sure this is like, I don't know, like a torture, like a consequence he has to face due to not going with what she wanted. So once he does not what she wants, at least it seems like, she goes for, okay, here's the sword, get killed. You don't work the way I do, I cannot control you. There we are again, Gain controlling people. Then I will get rid of you. We know that she was not able or unlikely to control a specific specialist, so she did not call her in. I still remember very vividly the scene of her pushing the figure of Oshino Meme off the top of the building, which felt like getting rid of someone, so I still question what is going on between those two. So it fits in this kind of concept, and the I know everything, but I cannot do everything, cannot solve every situation is still in there. So she plays her very own game, and in this case with dire consequences. I mean, she clearly accepted the fact that he would be killed, so there's not much that she cares about him. Next page of comments. Oh yeah, I wanted to check that one. I wrote down something. Nope. Wait a second. There it is. I like this sentence before the battle very much, because it tells us something about him and about her. I'd someday like to believe in people like I was lending my cell phone out to someone. So, she is not trusting people enough to do that. She somehow would like that. I don't know how true she means this sentence. But she sees this trust he has as possibly a part of strength, but of weakness as well. Always is both. And it points out to her cell phones again, because him lending his cell phone has to her possibly a way deeper meaning. Because I discussed last time that she has those two cell phones, and very likely one of them is for like the specialists and very deep secrets maybe, and the other one is like a general one for showing off stuff and so on. So lending her secret cell phone would possibly mean like giving up her powers for a moment, or her knowledge, which is her most important thing, her knowledge that she knows everything. I think it is somehow connected to this phone in very many regards. So this sentence was a special one. And then we have this one here, which I just brought by accident again. The kind of last statement before the two face off. So you might be special, you might be unique as the first servant and in your powers, and as the first slayer of aberrations and everything like that. You might be someone that can never be replaced. But even being that, you cannot be me. And that is such an important sentence and statement. That is something everyone, and I mean like everyone, can put in his beliefs. Yes, we can be replaced in the workplace. We can be replaced in a relationship. It might be happening. We can be replaced in so many regards. But we can never be replaced completely, because each and every one of us is unique. And this is the thing that Aragi states here. You cannot be me. I cannot be you, but you can't be me either. So destroying me, killing me, will possibly might be making sure that you are again bond to Shinobu, but you will never be able to completely replace me. You might be a better version in many ways, but there are things you cannot do as I did. A very deep sentence. I like that one. It was really good. And well, then we have the little jumping to the sword, which he clearly lost. I mean, that was by far. It makes kind of sense that Senshiro Shishirui, holy heck, this name, changed his form again. I guess this other form is faster and more agile, and I think it was a more, there it is, already a more grown-up version. Yeah, there we have it. It looks way more like a vampire by then. We have this black and red. He really reminds me a bit of Oshino Ougi, but I try not to go too much into this direction because I'm still not sure what the heck's going on. But he clearly grew stronger since the last time they saw, so he is more grown up in his appearance. And very vampiric, no question there. So he gets the sword, he finishes it. He's about to win, kind of. This ribbons, what the heck? And I really like the fact that they, I did not foresee it. The patch, there it is. I'm lucky with clicking today. I really did not foresee this option to end the battle, but it completely makes sense. I mean, we've seen this in the last episode, and Aragi has seen it as well, I guess, so he took it. Because it is not needed there anymore, it was used to seal away the, in the end effect, the effects of Seishiro reappearing. So it is something specially designed against him, or at least something like him. So it clearly should have an effect on him. So taking that and ending the battle like that is clever. And thus the rules of the battle were that you have a one-time attack that will have to stun your opponent. Sure, slicing opponent in half is kind of a win as well, but Aragi followed the rules of the battle. Very clever. I mean, he could not foresee the kind of battle, but having this with him was a very clever move, and it worked out. Nicely done. Kind of surprising, but as I said, instantly clicked that it was the right and a good thing. And seeing Gaen being surprised is nice. That is something I guess you don't see very often. Wait, searching for... Oh, yeah, well. Okay, let's take that one. He dies. Well, he not really dies. He falls into pieces again, so he possibly would have been reborn somewhere. And Aragi is aware of that and even mentions that we will meet again in maybe like 400 years. Again and again and again. But it didn't come to that due to Shinobu, who, which I really like, accepted that she made a mistake in the past, told him that she already forgave him, and that is something I think is important, because, you know, so the idea of that a soul rests in peace is happening here. She eats him, and she, by doing so, destroys him possibly forever. I guess he shouldn't be coming back from that one, because kind of she took back the powers that she gave him by eating him, I guess. Yeah, the question was the armor is another one. But she talks to him and that she's happy to have seen him again. So there's a lot of good things for him to hear and nice things to hear, so that he can come to a conclusion. And she informs him that there's someone else who's more important to her by now, which brings us back to the Senjugahara statement from the beginning of the episode. That there are relationships, and once there's someone better coming along, which is, you know, just in time, then there has to be a clean cut. And she's doing that. She ends the relationship with Seishiro and informs him there's a new one and I pick him above you instead of you. While not being mean, by not saying mean stuff, just saying he's the one I am attached to right now, emotionally or whatever. So, full circle in this episode. Cleverly done. And that's the end of this arc, you could say. And we switch over to, once again, Oshino Ougi. And I'm like, what the heck? But it makes sense. She let Aragi explain what happened there, because, if I'm right, that is before she was born, or maybe at the moment she was born, no idea. So, that is stuff she needs to hear from others. She couldn't encounter herself. And she very likely is interested in that one especially, if it has to do with her birth. She even points out important stuff like, are you sure about the armor? And that is a little bit where I'm suspicious, because Aragi clearly could not remember, which is strange, because he was there. And even when she pointed out that you could forge like another demon sword out of it, you could... that the armor is likely not destroyed, that the essence of the first servant, by being his bones and blood, are in this armor. So she points to it again and again and again, and his reply more neither every time is that he's like unsure but pretty sure it is destroyed. I'm not sure, but I think she ate it. Oh yeah, I think she ate it, although I'm not sure. So there is... I asked myself what happened there. Did someone fumble with his brain? It's strange. Because normally he's very clear about his ideas. And his memories. So I think the option that Gaen, as Oshino Ougi guessed, took the armor and uses it for her very own reasons. As I said, Demon Sword might be an option. Demon Sword in a living version called Oshino Ougi would be nice. And then we have the, once she left, this discussion with Ononoki again. So, and this is the point where I'm asking, I mean, we have seen in this story arc in general, and in the ones before, Ononoki kind of growing closer to Aragi. She became like, I don't know, like, I wouldn't say friend, but like a voice that tries to hold you to a mark, that tries to make you aware something is wrong, something is strange, and this something is Oshino Ougi, who kind of plays her own game with Aragi. While Oshino Ougi herself is kind of a voice that points out things to Aragi in his past that he has forgotten. So they're like interesting, like two sides of a medal, you know? And I'm not sure where we are heading here. However, I completely agree with Ononoki that giving in to this feeling that Aragi has, that as long as he's with Shinobu, no one is gonna be happy. The fact that Ononoki says that's stupid, kind of, you know. I agree there. You have to strive for it. You have to go forward. You have to improve yourself. Sensugahara again, you know. You have to try to be the one that brings happiness instead of accepting misery. So he said it in many ways, but that's I think the idea. Don't accept that stuff is bad. Just always try to do better. And in my opinion, Araki did that for kind of a long amount of time, and I'm surprised he kind of falls down here. But then this is in the middle of the whole timeline, so I guess you could see later on him improving. Just saying. And for the last statement, no one is happy with what happened. I don't agree there. I mean, on many ways. On the one hand, I'm somehow sure that Gaen is somehow happy. But maybe he reflects it on himself and his friends. So he is not happy with it, which I can understand. So he has seen someone permanently dying who was very old and came back from the dead. So that's a thing that leaves like a bitter taste. He has seen Shinobu eating him and guesses that she's unhappy with him being back or gone. But there I think it is a closure for Shinobu as well, and that, although it might not feel it the first time, is something that makes her happy. She ended this chapter in her life, which was important, I think, and she ended it in a good way. She forgave, she accepted a mistake, and she kind of granted the wish of dying that was in the past. So I think it is a happy ending for her, although not perceived on the first time. And for Seishiro Shishiruri, I guess it should be as well. As I already mentioned, he got a good closure for his life, a good ending for his life. So guessing what others feel, if others are happy, is something you should be very, very careful with. And even someone as Aragi with a lot of powers and options, he should stand away from stuff like that. Because guessing someone is happy or unhappy and so on, and then you're projecting stuff on others, you know? Ask them, are you happy? And I think the most of his friends will say yes. There are always things which are not good, but in general, I think most of his friends right now are happy. And a part of it is because they know him. And he has to understand and accept. So, with this being said, to you be happy. That's it from me this time. As always, feel free to comment, like, and subscribe. My name is Relax and Panic. Goodbye and out.